All right, so unless you've been living under a rock, the all-new 2024 GMC Sierra 2500 HD Denali Ultimate, first ever, has been released. Not to mention obviously some more HD trucks as well, but I have a very different but yet informative and interesting video to share with you today. So if you're all interested in that truck, stay tuned. Let's get going. All right, so at the start of the month, I was very fortunate to have been invited to a secret location in Michigan for the reveal of the all-new, or, refreshed 2024 GMC Sierra 2500 HD Denali Ultimate. They also had a 3500 HD Dually Denali there as well. Refreshed trucks, all new interior, the front end's different, exterior-wise and stuff. Very exciting trucks. We have an AT4X on the way, which I can't wait to share with you once I have that information. But in the meantime, what I wanted to do was, again, I already did a video talking about this, and you can check it out, walk around video on the vehicle. I know many of you have already seen that. But today what I want to do is I want to focus on what the GMC team has to say. So while there, I interviewed an engineer, the marketing team, as well as designers, exterior and interior designers. And there's some cool things about this truck that I didn't talk about in my 10-minute video, that in this longer video they're going to talk about. So if you're interested in this truck, as I mentioned off the top, this is something you're really going to want to watch, because there's a lot of cool information coming right from the mouth of GMC and what their ideas were behind the design of this new and amazing truck. So let's kick it off, and you can listen to the GMC team talk, and I'll be here at the end.
This is a brand new space for us. This is the GMC Live Studio. Just opened up, I think, within a month, and what this space is used for is it's an area to go to gmc.com to learn about our products firsthand from product specialists on our latest products. So you can schedule a live and interactive tour where they will take you in and around the vehicles and just answer questions for you remotely. So really cool experience that we just put in, and glad to have you here in the space and to show you what's new on the new 2024 Sierra Heavy Duty, which with what's in front of us here is a product we're very excited about, that we began to roll out with the light duty in model year 22. We just introduced for Yukon, and here to round up the mix is the new 2024 Sierra, first ever Sierra Denali Ultimate. So we got the entire team here to talk to you about the truck. Starting first, this is the most advanced and luxurious pickup in its class. It really is unmatched in the segment in terms of when you stack up everything, whether it's technology, premium materials, amenities, interior, screens, capabilities, all of those things, trailering tech in one package. We really feel like we sit in a really competitive space to say that statement strongly there. And starting first, we have some updates from a powertrain perspective. That's the price of entry in this segment, is capability and towing capability. This is what the customer comes to the segment for in their purchase driver. And so Jay and his team helped bring some enhancements to the powertrains. We have an enhanced 6.6 liter Duramax that increases horsepower and torque, and specifically at the low end. So we have some increased metrics that he'll talk to you about there. We've got class leading towing. So we go up to 36,000 pounds on our 1 tons and up to 22,500 on our 3/4 tons. That's a 4,000 pound improvement of max towing on a 3/4 ton or 2,500. And that's really where the bulk of the volume is in this segment. Roughly 2/3, 3/4 of the sales, depending on the brand you look at. But this is really the heart of the market, this Crew Cab 2500, and we're going to deliver best-in-class Crew Cab 2500 towing. And that's a big step up for us, and in particular with the capabilities of the powertrain. We also had the gas engine comes standard, so our base engine has an Allison 10-speed made it to it now. So stepping up from a 6-speed to an Allison 10-speed is a big deal, and really going to change the driving dynamics of that motor. Looking at a technology perspective, it's one thing to be super capable, but it's also about the technology of towing. We see ourselves as a leader in that space, really the tow vehicle of choice when you look at the full package with pro-grade trailering, our in-vehicle apps to help you hitch, load, unload, visibility around the trailer, confidence while driving with the camera views, the safety with new features like the side blind zone alert with trailer coverage, we also added adaptive cruise control with trailering. So big enhancement, one, to add adaptive cruise, but the ability to have a trailering feature up to the full gross combined weight of the vehicles, a really nice improvement. Camera views are outstanding and really dynamic when you're driving and leveraging them, see around the vehicle while you're either backing up or maneuvering or driving down the road. The big one for us, we tend to love is transparent trailer, and now it works with gooseneck and fifth wheel configuration. So that was a conventional box style only, so heavy duty. We know a lot of folks are towing the big campers with the fifth wheels, and now this will open up that viewpoint for them. Moving on, additionally in technology, we've got segment leading screens. So we got big, beautiful screens that really just change the whole interior, which is kind of the center of it. But 13.4 center screen, which is largest in class. A 12.3-inch driver cluster that's fully digital, that's largest in class. And then you got a 15-inch color head-up display, rear camera mirror, so everything right there is fully digitized for you. And they're super functional and enabled with Google built in. So our center displays all new infotainment with Google built in. Comes standard with the fully connected services package that enables that full suite of Hey Google and Google Maps and everything from a real-time traffic perspective. So they're very customizable. You can have the information as minimal or as much as you want to see for a customer. And then the next thing that we like to talk about is this ultimate luxury. So heavy duty, really stepped it up with this one, and the team will talk you through that, both inside and out. Refinement everywhere, luxury, just that premium GMC take where we want to focus and hear so much about. So unique features like a unique interior design for GMC on AT4 and up. This truck has 16-way power massaging seats. Customers spend a lot of time in these vehicles towing trailers across the country. It's certainly a nice feature to sit back and have a comfortable experience while doing that. And we have a unique sound system as well in here with the Bose Premium Audio Series with center points with a 12-speaker system that we upgraded the audio tech. That's just some of the highlights that we have on this truck. We refreshed all the exteriors on these trucks from Pro all the way up to Denali Ultimate. We got new bumpers, new grille designs, new lighting. The lighting when you turn it on is fantastic, fully animated. The other thing is this truck comes really one way. You pick your configuration, so if you want a 25, 35, standard long backs, or dually, you can get that, but the equipment comes one way. So pick your color, pick your configuration, and that's the way it's coming. It comes standard with the Duramax and the 10-speed. All of the equipment that we talked about in this truck will come with it. The team will talk to you about the design. On the rear end, we updated the badging. On the front, Vader finishes on the GMC emblems, the badges on the powertrain, the rear. We have kicker audio in the tailgate, so really throwing everything at this truck. So power assist steps, it's all there. Sunroof, you name it. So that's pretty much it. And the next thing I'd like to maybe bring up Jay to talk from an engineering perspective on some of the updates that they made on their end.
Hello, my name is Jason Pegram. I'm the chief engineer for the GMC pickup trucks here. I'm going to talk a little bit about the powertrain and what we got going on. As you can see, we have this beautiful truck, but this grille is not only beautiful, but it's very functional. The flow through the radiator allows for our towing, as we talked earlier, the 22.5 best in class towing, and so we're very excited about that. In our Duramax, we are at 975 foot-pounds of torque and 470 horsepower. That's an improvement across the entire range for the Duramax this year. But we're especially excited that we have a big improvement at the lower end of the horsepower and torque curves. 25% increased torque at the low end, where our customers most appreciate having the torque for their towing and their pulling the larger loads. As we go along the side here, we do have full animation on the front and rear lamps, and these are all LED, both front and rear. We've introduced new 20-inch wheels that we also have available 22-inch accessory wheels for this model forward. Going to the rear of the truck, of course, there's our payload is 83.5 cubic feet, so we're very excited about that. And I think Chaz talked about the towing again, but really excited about the transparent trailer being added to the gooseneck and fifth wheel models. With that, it gives the customers complete confidence. They can see behind them. Also, as you go to the right or left lane as you signal, the view will come down the side of the truck. You'll be able to see anybody in your side blind zone in that spot, and it'll show you whether or not you have room to move over. So it gives the customers lots of confidence, all those bigger loads while driving their beautiful trucks. So those are the main technical things here. I think I'm going to introduce Dan Gifford, our exterior design manager, next to talk about the exterior features.
I'm going to stop right here real quick, though, and say if you like videos like this, if you're interested in the GMC trucks, the Chevy trucks, SUVs, all that kind of stuff from General Motors, I'm always sharing the most up-to-date news that I can, not to mention great walkarounds and tips and tricks. So if you get a chance, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future content. If you're liking this video so far, maybe give me a like down below, too. I'd appreciate it.
Hi, my name is Dan Gifford. I'm the exterior design manager for the GMC Sierra HD here. So excited to walk around it with you for a minute. There's a couple things. Chaz talked to you a little bit about the fact that the customers really gravitate toward the upper volumes, right? Or the upper trims. So AT4 Denali, really important for those customers. So we've added this Denali Ultimate trim level. We're really excited about it. It takes basically all of the Denali trim, and then it actually puts this Vader chrome finish on it. So that's something customers are going to notice right away. As we looked at the design of this new face for the GMC, we wanted to keep it really premium and upscale rich, yet keep the really bold confidence that the trucks are known for, right? So Jay mentioned that we have full LED headlamps and tail lamps. Those are all new. And those again animate. When you turn on the turn signal, it's going to sequentially animate. So this shape in here, this really strong graphic, animates. Also, when you walk up or lock up the truck, right, on approach, that'll do the same thing. That'll turn on and off, and that animates for you too. Has really cool high beam, low beam projectors there. And then these side marker lamps that are really reflective of what an HD typically is, right? The grille, as Jay said, it's important to us to make sure that these flow, but really have a really strong Denali geometry to it. So the geometry from the Denali and the Denali Ultimate are the same. Then when you go to AT4, you get a unique grille, and then the other trims get another geometry yet. When you advance up to an AT4, you also have, this is body color. So all of this from down here is new. A couple things on the Denali and Denali Ultimate. We added this accent in here that's kind of a wing in the hood scoop for those customers. And then if you want to move around the side a little bit here, to add to the refinement, we added this piece of trim here, which adds a nice place to put your weight class badge on there, 35 or 2500 respectively. This is a new badge here that's executed differently in a more prominent way. Something a lot of HD customers are proud of and like to display that, so we made a bigger case of it. All new 20-inch wheels for the HD, both the Denali and the Denali Ultimate. When you get a Denali, this black basically goes chrome. Okay. And then on the AT4, you get a all new wheel as well. It's painted gloss black, and it's a really fantastic looking wheel.
There's an option for a 22-inch wheel as well?
Yeah, okay. Correct. So there's an accessory 22-inch wheel that the customer can option up into. Yeah. So we all know that HD customers, I can walk you over to the Dually here.
Now the Denali Ultimate is going to be available in 3500 as well, or just 2500?
3500 available for this trim?
Yeah, and loose as well. So crew caps only, but yeah, short, long.
So you can get a Denali Ultimate Dually, is that what you just said? Oh wow, okay. Good to know.
So yeah, HD customers are professionals. They're diehard enthusiasts, right? So obviously you're going to have the Dually here. We're showing it in a Denali trim here. Really important to note that these wheels are new, right? The Dually wheel has been around a while, so we increased the diameter to 18-inch, and then the caps are new as well. So a really cool, simple, more modern design. That's repeated on the back as well.
Same interior that you'll find in the light duties. We didn't dumb down the luxury just because it's a workhorse. So you can find all of the beautiful materials and finishes in the HDs as you can in the light duties. There are a few subtle differences to the heavy duty interior versus light duty, just architecturally speaking. Belt lines are 25 mils lower than the light duties. Gives you a little better outward visibility because we are sitting higher.
Yeah, that makes sense. Never thought about that, actually.
Makes it a little safer.
Yep.
Also, you notice the console shifters move back to the steering column for HDs, just good for gloved hands and kind of heavy duty sort of work. We did give you a small storage tray in its place. Also, we offer an upfitter switch package here, so if you're running snow plows or any sort of accessories, PTO, whatever, we have a 5-bank switch that integrates real nice in here. It doesn't look like an afterthought. You don't have to.
And it's integrated down in here, in this area?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So it'll be real convenient to use, easy to find, just like your trailer brake switch. It's right where you need it when you need it, easy to use. And like I was saying with the doors, because this got lower, we lost space right here, which is where your model designation badges sit in the light duty.
Right, yeah.
Right? We didn't get rid of them. We stuck it here on the console, so you have this nice little pedestal for your Denali badge to sit on. It's beautiful badging too. We use this electroforming process that captures all kinds of detail. It gets very, very fine detail. So you can see like a little sand grain inside of there. And it gets even more detailed on your Denali Ultimate when we go to that truck.
Perfect.
So, that's kind of it for the architecture side of it. Hannah can tell you a little bit more about the color and trim and finishes.
Sure.
Decisions were made in here.
So I'm the CMF designer, which means I take the design that Kelly and his team put together and I apply all the colors, materials, and finishes that differentiate all of our different trim levels. So we're sitting in one of 2 Denali interiors. This is a 2-tone brown that we're calling brownstone. Denali is also available in a full black interior. All the Denalis really put heavy emphasis on authentic materials, hand craftsmanship, really fine detail and precision. So you can see a lot of unique embellishments and details that we have for Denali. This grain, for example, is something that has a really nice aggressive pattern to it, and that is exclusive to Denali. Authentic material wise, we have authentic leather content on our seats, real aluminum trim going across the top of the IP and on the steering wheel in front of you. That coloration and pattern is unique to Denali. So we'll have different patterns in the other trim levels, including Denali Ultimate. Real wood trim on the IP and the doors. That gradation effect that you see is actually hand applied. So that is kind of an ode to that level of hand craftsmanship and precision that this customer really appreciates. All right, so you saw the great foundation that we had laid with the standard Denali over there, tons of premium materials and finishes, and with the Denali Ultimate, we really turned up the volume on all of it. So more embellishment, more color, more unique details that are exclusive to Denali Ultimate. So in this interior, you have a lot more genuine leather content. Full seats, front and rear, are genuine leather. Tons of embellishments, so custom perf, quilting, special stitching, topographical map emboss, and these beautiful badges that we have here. That topographical map is something that you're going to see throughout the vehicle, interior and exterior. I've been trying to figure out how many instances of that map we've hidden throughout the vehicle this morning. Earlier I counted 15, now I think I'm up to 17.
Wow, okay.
So that's something that the customer is going to kind of continue to find as they're driving the vehicle, which is kind of fun. So there's a lot of layers of details, things that are going to kind of keep you noticing embellishment as you come back. So genuine wood decor on your IP and doors. This is a Paldeo wood, something that the customer might be familiar with. It's a premium material that's used in fine furniture. This has real laser etching with the topographical map again. Badging has that topographical map with the coordinates. The coordinates are the peak of Mount Denali, of course, where we get the Denali name from. So paying homage to where that comes from with this, and that being the peak of the mountain felt very appropriate to kind of celebrate what the peak of GMC is right now with the Denali Ultimate. We have synthetic suede headliner and pillars, these great leather wrapped grab handles in the front and rear, which is really nice haptic detail.
Yeah, it is nice. I didn't even notice that actually.
Yeah, it's subtle, but it does
No,
make
yeah.
a nice
Yeah, it's
difference
just-
when you
It's
grab
just,
it.
it's a touch point, you know.
Yeah.
Every time you get in the vehicle, you potentially use that handle.
Exactly what you're supposed to. Everybody I see used to grab the steering wheel all the time,
Yeah.
which is the worst thing to do. But yeah, no, I like that. That's a
You're
good.
right.
That is a good touch.
Yeah, and then it's in the second row as well. So just
Yeah.
because, you know, usually the front will be very embellished and the second row will kind of get skimped on. Not on this one.
Wanted the rear passengers to have the same quality, the same
Yes.
experience in the vehicle that your driver has, right?
Yep.
And that requires real leather in the back. That requires, and I'm guessing, I haven't been around to that side yet, but I'm guessing you're going to have this metal back there too, right? And so and the suede headliner carries through, and all that kind of stuff carries through. And I think that is a huge deal, because you know, a lot of them, you get a synthetic or whatever, and it's just like, well, that's an afterthought. Like, it's the back seat. So even, like I said, I know this sounds like silly, but the fact you did that back there just shows that attention to that detail, right? Which somebody who's buying a truck that is this level wants that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Genuine aluminum trim on the IP. So this is a different color and pattern than what we saw in the Denali. This has its unique pattern and texture. That color really matches the Vader chrome that we have on the exterior, so a really nice harmony between interior and exterior there.
Yeah. So you can see, like Hannah was talking about, with like the laser etching or the laser engraving on the wood, and then we have the electroforming, you know, detail here, and then even with like the registered perforation on the seats, where you could make this out of one giant piece of perforated material, but what we've done is create basically a program that says perfs only happen within the certain bandwidth, and it gives a real custom look to it, because it's not just one big piece of leather. It's actually very calculated how we do it. And then the
multiple levels of the color, the multiple, like the piping with the different stitching is like,
yeah, again, it's like Hannah's saying, there's layers of detail. Like, you get a first read when you get in, and you're like, wow, it's a lot of nice leather, and you're like, oh wait, there's like this stitch, and then there's this stitch, and then there's this detail, and you just keep peeling back the layers in the onion and finding more and more interesting detail.
That felt like a huge win too. Getting all of this embellishment on the seat is great, but also to tie those embellishments in through the entire interior, doors and IP, really creates just a really holistic environment. And yeah, top to bottom, every surface was paid special attention and given detail. So yeah, whether you're looking at the headliner or down on the floor mats, you know, this is a custom floor mat for Denali Ultimate exclusively with that metal corner applique with the GMC logo. You won't get that in anything other than the Denali Ultimate.
Again, like not only are there a lot of levels of detail, but it's exclusive detail too. So this plated stitch that Hannah uses, you can't get at any other trim level.
Right.
Like, you're not going to get this in the Denali. It's a different stitch. So what you get here is super exclusive.
But it was also really important to us to stay kind of restrained in how we were applying the detail. We didn't want this to appear overly adorned. That's not what this customer wants.
No. It's not a Cadillac.
So there is a lot of
Escalade,
layering of detail,
truck.
but still very refined.
Right.
Yeah.
So there you have it. I don't know if you learned anything from this video today, but I did, just even watching it again. I mean, when I was there listening, it was a lot to take all in at one time. But I just wanted to share this video with you because, again, there's some pretty exciting things, and you could tell that the folks from GMC are very excited about this truck as well, and bringing it to the market. So I can't wait to see this thing coming middle of next year, 2023. But in the meantime, thanks so much for watching, everybody. Until next time, take care.